It's Operation Babble with Myke Shrews. It's pop culture, music, movies, TV too. It's time to explore life. It's Operation Babble time.
And yet again, guys, what year is it? I'm on the twatters. I'm on the net. And I'm seeing cities having segregated areas again. So that's neat. People are dumb. And Jaws, Jurassic Park, and Back to the Future topped the box office.
Wait, what?
Did you not? You got? Come on, guys.
No.
You didn't know that?
What's up with them?
Because some theaters were starting to open up again. So since there's not a lot of new stuff, they went retro with it. So Jurassic Park, Jaws, and Back to the Future pretty much topped the box office this week.
Well, I mean, there's nothing else in the fucking box office, so.
Well, that's what I'm saying. It's just so weird. It's just like my brain.
This is when they should be putting all those movies that flopped before in theaters. Like, can we try and get some money, please, for Cats?
Let's just try again. That would be funny though. Could you think about that? Like if you know, like like movies that became cult classics like didn't do well in the box office, but then had like a Boondock Saints or something like that ended up getting a huge following. Could you imagine if once all the theaters open up again, they put those movies out for like a retro screening and they do better in the box office now than they did when they came out before? That'd be kind of funny.
I can see that. I can see that happening. Oh, hey. Also, Tiffus is here, guys.
Well, oh yeah, I keep forgetting we still do just audio. Well, I forget we still just do audio again. I'm getting used to the having my ugly mug.
I mean, the videos
out for the people.
The video casts don't get watched nearly as much as the audio still gets listened to. So,
yeah. So here I am
always pander towards the audio people.
Yeah, I'm being ungrateful. That's what I'm doing. I'm a fucking elitist.
Yeah, I'm here. I'm back from being canceled.
Oh man, what are you, Jimmy Kimmel?
Oh, you know what? Speaking of which, you asked a question 2 weeks ago, Myke, about celebrities if they've done something that changed our whole view on them, and I couldn't think of anyone because anyone who's done something that I didn't like, I generally didn't like to begin with. But I did. I figured out one. What's her name? Chloe from Smallville.
I don't know who that is.
She got caught with that whole trafficking scandal.
What? Like
there was a bunch of people that had got caught with that, so I'm not sure.
Allison Mack.
Okay, yeah.
Oh man, so much for Return of the Mac.
Yeah, after giving some time, I did think of one.
So you wouldn't watch Smallville again? Is that what you're saying?
I haven't, and she was my favorite character on there, so it's going to be weird when I eventually do watch it again. But I'm not saying I'm not going to watch it.
It's okay. Just go watch American Beauty.
Man, if that shit about Engel something, the Baby Driver actor. Apparently there's allegations against him right now. Man, if those end up being true, Baby Driver is going to be like unwatchable.
Wait, the main character from Baby Driver?
Yeah.
I didn't hear anything about him, man.
Ingersoll Egger, I don't know.
Wasn't he in like the X-Men movies too?
Oh, I don't know.
And the guy from Ready Player One. Wasn't he Ready Player One, dude?
No, that's a different dude.
Ansel Elgort. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
They just all look alike.
Damn.
Oh, he was in the Insurgent movies or Divergent series or whatever.
Yeah.
And Fault in Our Stars.
Yeah.
Which that was actually a pretty good movie. Yeah, he hasn't done much, so it doesn't really matter. I guess he started out in Carrie, the 2013 version of Carrie.
Chloe Grace Moretz.
Yeah. Which wasn't that bad for a remake.
They're all gonna laugh at you.
What's the one where her head is stitched together?
What's that?
Wait, what?
I swear I remember an image of Carrie with like staples going down her head or something.
a version of Carrie or
Yeah.
her? Oh gosh, I don't recall any of that.
Tivis's fever dreams are coming to light.
But I don't know. Tivis,
Like the
we
third or fourth. I swear, I know I've seen it.
in the originals
Yeah.
with staples on her.
Or stitches or something.
Like Lilo
The
in Stitches.
Oh my god, I might have dreamt this up. I can't find it.
Tivis, you're losing your mind, dude.
Oh, I might be.
I guess this is brought to you by
Slashery.
No,
So yeah,
unacceptable.
yeah, it's totally acceptable.
Holy shit.
I don't know, dude. All right, let's move on. Anyways,
I'm losing my damn mind.
Good job, Tivis. You successfully derailed. Well done.
Well, I guess
damn
it
it,
was
no.
overdue.
Now I'm just gonna keep thinking about something with stitches. I can't help it.
snitches get
Yo.
stitches, bitches.
Damn it! You beat me to it. Damn it. I got nothing. Like, there's nothing in my. No, that's not true. That's not true. So I got home from work yesterday, and Hannah was watching The Abyss.
The Abyss. Ooh, that's interesting because Nikki was watching like 42 meters or 5 meters down yesterday.
Why is that interesting?
Because they're both like underwater movies.
I don't appreciate you trying to hijack my fucking anecdotes, sir. So we got to the scene. I walked in right at the scene where Ed Harris's character Bud was making the descent finally towards the end. God damn, that film is good. That ending is stupid as boners, but movie's good, man. And like, also, I didn't even think about like all the actors that are in it. I was like, is that fucking Bob Kelso? He's from Scrubs. He's absolutely in it, and so is I can't remember his name. Can't remember the actor's name, but yeah, Bob Kelso's in it, and what's his name? Not David Cross. It's shit. I can't remember.
Shit.
Chris Elliott. Chris Elliott.
Okay.
He's the mayor from Schitt's Creek. If anybody watches that, and he's in a bunch of other shit. He's like Lily's dad on How I Met Your Mother, and he's in it. That kind of threw me off, and I was just like, man, that's just a good film. And then we followed it up immediately with God damn it, Hugh Jackman's Van Helsing. I really remember liking that film when it first came out.
Yeah.
I like a lot of the like concept designs and kind of like the world they were trying to build. And
Frankenstein's monster is so good. Like the
He's pretty
design
cool.
of him, the character
yeah, he's
design.
pretty cool. The only thing I didn't like was like at the beginning you could tell like he had like a hydraulic leg, so you saw like smoke popping out of it. I was like, made me start asking questions.
They kind of went
But
steampunky with it a little bit.
Yeah, and especially like because he's so dramatically different to everything. Well, I guess that's not really true because they do a lot of steampunky stuff with like the weapons and shit. So I guess it kind of fits. I just remember really, really liking
What are we talking about?
Hugh Jackman's Van Helsing.
Oh, okay.
I see Tivis keeps cutting out. He like disappeared for a second.
Oh, he's going robot voice, and I was like, I really remember watching it when it first came out and really enjoying it because obviously it was when Hugh Jackman was starting to get really big and Kate Beckinsale's a total babe, and the three vampire ladies are really, really attractive, and I like some of the stuff they did with the creatures and the world and like the underground. Like it was really neat when the Cardinal takes Van Helsing down underground and like all the like monks and different cultures and stuff are all working together. I was like, oh, that's really clever. Like that was neat. That was neato pants. And then as the movie progressed, I go, this movie's fucking dumb. Like, oh my God. And, but it was like, it was nice. It was in a fun, campy way, just kind of like how I talk, like, kind of glowingly about Batman and Robin, which, man, that's some fucking sad news. We'll get to that. But, yeah, I like Batman and Robin, like, really, like, ironically, like, I enjoy watching it and kind of having a giggle. But man, Van Helsing, it almost didn't hold up, but it was still kind of fun to watch. So that was a nice little blast from the past.
I think I watched it last like a year and a half ago or so. I still enjoyed it. I mean, it's far from like some of Hugh Jackman's really good shit.
Yeah.
So it's hard to like grasp that. But then I'm trying to remember what he was doing at that time. Had he done Wolverine already? He'd done Wolverine already.
Yeah, this was when he was like getting all buff and stuff.
Yeah.
And yeah, I just remember like back in the day we were watching that, and Isaac Mahoney's like huge into, he buys soundtracks, like musical scores and stuff, and that's kind of what he listens to. And the like main theme, like the big dun 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 dun, like it's like really fast, and it's like the chase anthem. They play it like fucking 8 times in the film, especially when they're not even like going fast. Like during the chase scene would have been the time to play that song, but they use it when he's like traveling, so it doesn't really fit the fucking scene. But I believe Alan Silvestri did fucking Abyss. I can't remember who did the score for Van Helsing, but I remember really liking that soundtrack. And yeah, Isaac just played that shit on loop for like 3 or 4 months. It was insane. Also, shout out to Isaac Mahoney, who had his first child the other day, so that's cool.
Oh,
shit.
did he already? Nice.
Yeah. So
congratulations.
Yes, sir. So that was neat. It was neat. It's fun stuff. Go watch Van Helsing. It's fun. Either you'll really hate it and have a good laugh, or you'll find it really.
Music was done by Alan Silvestri.
It was really.
Yep.
Fucking hell, 2 movies in a row Alan Silvestri did the damn. I have recently found out that I think Alan Silvestri is my favorite musical composer, and I just didn't know it. He's done a lot, dude. Like he did Infinity War. He did pretty much any good movie at this point. He probably was on it. And then Van Helsing.
He had done Predator.
Yep.
The first Predator. Polar Express. Forrest Gump.
Yep.
Let's see here. He even did the music for Predator Hunting Grounds, the video game. A bunch of Predator stuff. He did Endgame, though. So, I mean, not everything.
Well, he did Infinity War, so that's fine.
Ready Player One, which was a good score.
There's nothing wrong with the score in Endgame. It's just the movie sucked. Portals is like one of the coolest songs in the movie.
Night at the Museum, Secret of the Tomb, which I think was the last Night at the Museum.
Can you still have a Night at the Museum movie, or did they tear down all that stuff now too? Are museums offensive now? I can't remember. I think history is offensive at this point.
Did you see there's a meme going out for Night at the Museum like 4 or whatever it is, whatever it would be, and it's Revenge of the Statues.
That's fucking funny. Well, isn't that just the Mummy 3 essentially?
Yeah.
Oh, he did the A-Team, the Christmas
The
Carol
remake?
music. Yeah, the remake.
That's a shame.
Captain America: First Avenger, The Avengers. So most of like the bigger ones, Beowulf, which we were talking about. Looks like he did all the Night at the Museum films.
Yeah, what were you bitching about Beowulf the other day?
I didn't like the animation.
That's
It
right.
was too hard to get into for me.
Uncanny Valley stuff. The only reason why I really liked it is because Angelina Jolie looked hot even as a cartoon.
He did Lara Croft too. Tomb Raider.
God, I'd like to do Lara Croft. I mean, no.
Oh,
Sorry,
no, wait.
cut that.
Yeah, no, that was Angelina Jolie. Okay. Stuart Little. There, he's got a bunch of them. He's got a good one.
I told you, dude. He's
Yeah.
a big hitter. He's
Fucking
a big
Fern
hitter.
Gully. Yeah, the original
Oh, Avatar. I love that movie. My name is Batty.
Alan Silvestri. Remember that
right.
name.
I am back again.
Again?
We just assume you're just gonna keep dropping in and out.
Yeah.
Man. I keep watching your icon disappear. You're getting sent to the fucking what is fucking where does he send the time lords in the end of that?
Oh. Yeah.
He was having so people know Tivis was having connection issues before we even started. So
Yeah,
it's
it
not on
still
my
is.
end today.
Apparently, his internet is eating a big bag of butts today.
Although I am getting like lag, but I'm not sure if it's because he keeps cutting out, so it's the system is lagging or what.
I turned off my VPN and it seems to be working better.
Yeah, you two fucking scrubs, man. Come on, get some better.
I would like
internets.
to use a different program for our podcasting, but
You have no idea.
this is the best one at the moment
How dare you?
because it.
I called my internet. I think it was that.
The fuck
Damn,
did you
Tivis.
say?
I beep beep bop boop boop beep boop boop. Okay, R2, can you like?
Yeah.
There we go.
Yeah.
He's just like, you sound so defeated.
It's the poor man. This poor man.
All right, so who's got what now? You said something about well, you were talking about fucking Van Helsing. You got any more on it?
I mean, gosh,
I know you were like live texting me, I should say.
yeah.
During.
Yesterday. It was really funny too because that happens sometimes, especially with the older films. Like lately, I've been trying to go back and see if they hold up, like
Right.
things that I've like really lovingly talked about to see if I still like them, if putting it under a more critical eye, and it's kind of fun. Sometimes it's like you'll see it go from like, all right, well, we're starting this. Okay, this is pretty good. Dude, this fucking scene. Oh man, it's even better than when I saw it. Like, I remember watching like the first Predator and going like, oh man, I didn't realize like how fucking good this was and like how all the setups were there and all that stuff. Because you really like when you think back on a film, a lot of times you just think about the like major moments, like the meme moments that everybody knows, and you kind of forget about how we got there.
Right.
And it's so cool to kind of see the pieces getting put into place again and like actually realizing what's happening. But other times you kind of see a descent into madness and then sometimes into anger. Where I'm like, oh, I really like that. Look good. What the fuck are we doing right now? Why is this scene so stupid? Wait, why would you do that? Just shoot him already. Like shit like that.
I do remember, I recall like the Brides of Dracula, just that CG does not hold up. I don't even think it held up when they did it though. So
like when they're actually the monsters, like when they're actually the big bat wing, they look fucking terrible. But like I like how they do like the weird creepy face thing, like they make their jaws bigger and their teeth bigger. Like that actually still kind of holds up. It looks all right. But like when they actually turn into monsters, it's really lame. And then it's like I like I was thinking about this, it was right at the end where you finally see Dracula turn into his like bat form and then he's like flying around and then he comes back. His wings like tuck in, come up, and he turns into his clothing. And it annoys the shit out of me only because we watch the werewolves change constantly and they're like literally tearing their clothes off and ripping their skin off and turning into the beast.
Right.
And he's like his clothes turn into the stuff.
So what if he takes his coat off? Does he just not have his wings anymore then?
That's what I'm saying. I was like, wow, this is really weird. But you know, silly magic disbelief film, you know, deal with it.
Yeah.
But it is annoying. It kind of throws off a lot of stuff. And then you see like certain things happening. Like you get really mad at like when they try to capture the werewolf for the first time when they introduce Kate Beckinsale, which coincidentally the very first thing you see of her, other than like when you see a picture of her, so Van Helsing can go find her, and they apparently have a lot of eyeliner back then, but I love in her introduction, the first thing you see is her ass in like the tight stretchy pants. But oh my God, she's gorgeous in that film. But a lot of hair curls and stuff. And I was kind of telling you, I was like, This feels like a monster movie made by the CW before the CW.
Yeah.
Like, people are like barely getting hurt, and like when they did, like the next scene, they look like pristine, like they just stepped out of their trailer and shit. And like,
Well, you
There's
mean like
one-
fucking Stargirl in episode 6? I'm just gonna say it.
God, people are already bitching about that. I'm worried to watch it now because I remember liking
Fucking hell.
episode 5 pretty well. And
No,
now
I love the
everybody's
episode, but there's just like the fight scene. It's just like, come on. Like,
just getting dumb.
she doesn't even have full pants on. How the fuck are her legs not messed up? Come on.
Yeah, that was one of those things where I got really annoyed. I go, because they got rid of the skirt and stuff for Supergirl, and like put the fucking jumpsuit on her.
Yeah.
Which I'm kind of like, ugh, whatever. Like, I like the original design.
Which they
I
did
like the
that
skirt.
to what, desexualize or some bullshit.
I'm
that
sure.
they said.
That and she was cold because they film in Canada.
Yeah, they do.
Yeah.
They do shoot up in Canada. So,
So I'm like, oh, that's fine. But we know why they actually did it. But
right.
But I go, if we're gonna do that, why not do that for her? Because her character's technically supposed to be 15.
Right.
So already putting
Like we're
her in
showing
shorts.
midriff and everything.
Yeah.
It's like, come on.
So I'm already like, well, why not just give her a full costume? Because one, it would make more sense to not
Yeah.
try and sexualize a 15-year-old, first of all.
Right.
And second, the costume looks dumb as shit. Like, I can't stand it.
Now I'm
It
not
looks
sure.
really fucking dumb.
I think is it comic accurate though? Is that what they're trying
I'm
to do for
assuming.
that?
I would assume so.
I think so.
Okay.
It just her costume looks so silly. I just fucking can't get over it.
Like,
It
because
looks
they
really
did
dumb.
the same thing for the costume for Stargirl when they had her in DC Legends also.
Yeah.
It was the same, almost the same design, just a lot more midriff because she was clearly an older girl.
all that stuff.
The actress that plays Stargirl now is in her 20s, but she's playing like a 15-year-old.
Yeah, and that's a weird.
And-
But see, and that's the weird part about it because you have that problem, like with Tom Holland. Like
Right.
Tom Holland looks like he could be Peter Parker, who's like 16, even though he's like 22.
Yeah.
So like the scene when he's like shirtless and like you have like these mid 30-year-old ladies going, yeah. I'm like,
Yeah, you're sexualizing
watch
a
when you're watching
15-year-old
Spider-Man.
dude.
Like you shouldn't be saying that because technically his character is 16
He's
years
in high
old.
school.
Yeah.
Yeah,
but-
her. Oh, go ahead.
But I was gonna say like, people need to not fucking vocalize that shit because
Right.
I'm like, they're like, well, he's 22. Yeah, in real life, right now, in context,
Yeah.
you're crushing on a fucking high school kid, and that says a lot about you right now.
Yeah, especially because they look like, especially the girl who plays Stargirl, she looks really young still.
Yeah.
There's no reason that you, as like a 40 or a 30-year-old dude, you should be like, dude, she's fucking hot. No, dude, like, one, that's creepy.
At
And-
least if you're gonna say it like outside of the context of like watching
Yeah.
the show. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
yeah.
When you're actively
Well, even
watching the
then-
show, maybe don't vocalize.
even then, it's like, dude, I have a friends that have 15-year-old daughters. It's kind of fucked up. Like,
It's strange. It is really strange. But I mean, that's the
Yeah.
CW for you, and like
Yeah.
with Disney. And at some point, we are fucking grown ass men watching like fucking essentially silly like
they're fucking
comic book shit.
No, comic books are for everybody. Fuck off with that.
Yeah.
Unless you ask the guy who worked at DC in 2011.
Oh man. Oh man.
I hate
No, I,
Come
I
on, you're
just, like-
telling me Batman is not for adults? Get the
No,
fuck out
they're
of here.
only for adults.
That's
That's
like,
what he was saying. They
Oh,
don't make
that's-
comics for kids.
I mean,
That's
there are
silly.
storylines that are only for adults, but there are also storylines built in for kids too,
Exactly. That's
or
that
younger
guy.
younger generations. I should say, not necessarily just kids, but
that's always the hardest thing to listen to, like when people are making arguments about like why you shouldn't like certain movies or when people defend them. Like my favorite is I'm always just gonna come back to it because it's just kind of how it works.
Yeah.
Is Last Jedi. Like you see all these movie reviewers who really like it, and then you see all these people that think it's stupid, and they're like, "Why are you getting so mad? It's like space wizards for kids." And I'm like, but then you're also the guy who's like saying it's got all these like deep themes and it's like really amazing and it's so special. It's like a
Yeah.
great film. It's like, don't make that argument because you sound like a hypocritical dipshit. Because it's like, so then are you calling yourself like when people defend like the Ghostbusters 2016, they're like, it's like fucking made for kids. I'm like, but then why would they set it essentially in the same universe as the original Ghostbusters from back in the day? It's like, no, they wanted that audience. And then you're like, oh, they made it for kids, so shut up. It's supposed to be stupid. And I'm like, but you're defending it and saying it's awesome. So are you a kid? Like, what? Like, you know what happens when you make that argument? You set yourself up for failure.
Interesting, though, too, because at the same time, people instantly look at a rating, and just because it's rated a certain rating, that it's specifically for kids. Like, there's PG-13 movies that kids shouldn't watch, period. Slender Man is one of them. It's because it's a horrible fucking piece of shit movie. But there are PG-13 movies that kids shouldn't watch. There are also movies that are rated PG that aren't necessarily kid-friendly for kids in the culture nowadays. Like Gremlins. Gremlins is still PG. The first one.
And PG-13 didn't even exist until I think the first Red Dawn was the first movie to get a PG-13 rating.
PG-13 came up because of Gremlins 2 and an Indiana Jones movie.
Probably Temple of Doom.
I don't recall exactly. We've had this conversation though.
Yeah, we have. I was like, I'm having funky flashbacks right now. But yeah,
E.T. is a PG movie, and I don't know anyone who wasn't afraid of that.
Yeah.
And thank God they took the guns out. No, I think they actually put them back in though. I think Steven Spielberg went back and fixed that shit.
Spielberg, the producer of Gremlins and director of Temple of Doom, said that he created the PG-13 rating. So yeah, it was Temple of Doom and Gremlins. So I'm guessing it was Gremlins 1, but Gremlins 1 is still rated PG. Maybe they just didn't get that process going through till then. Or maybe nowadays they do rate it PG-13. I just might have the PG version. The rated version.
I could see them changing it for the packaging. I could see that.
They should be going back and changing some movies because they didn't have a 13 rating until
you mean the
late
rating,
80s.
not like altering the film.
No, yeah, like the rating. Change the rating so parents aren't going all like, this is a comic book movie. Why the fuck is Deadpool killing people? Motherfucker, did you not pay attention to the rating before you took your kids into the damn movie?
That hurts my soul. Like, because I was listening to a review from Ralph the Movie Maker, who I used to listen to a lot, and I really liked him. Then he had a Joker review that, it pulled the veil back a little bit, and my favorite is he's like bitching and complaining like they made Joker for like all the DCEU fanboys and kids. I'm like, it's rated R, you dipshit. Like,
and a lot of DC fanboys didn't necessarily like it either. There's a lot of
I would
DC
assume DCEU fans were the ones who fucking hated it,
right?
Because I was like, it has nothing to do with it. But
Elseworlds.
But you know what I mean? It's just like it's so telling when people use certain arguments. It's like you are obviously either just you are repeating something that your little circle constantly says,
right? Or
you're just fucking bitter and spiteful and just want a reason to hate something, and that's when it gets.
This is also why people should reach out to different circles and hear other things after they form their own fucking opinion, though. Let's go with that first of all, especially with media and entertainment, and then maybe I kind of understand what you're saying here, and I'll change my opinion a little bit.
I think it kind of depends on the individual, though, because I mean, like I wouldn't mind having your opinion about something. Like, okay, so let me put it this way, like the Child's Play remake.
Fuck that.
I haven't seen it yet. I mean, you fucking hate it, right? And I've seen all the original Child's Play movies, so it's like, okay, so I have that context. I know what I like and don't like about those films, things like that. Right. You fucking have talked extensively about how much you hate the remake. So when I go in and watch it, I'll have that in mind the whole time. So it gives me an opportunity to compare and contrast while I'm going through, which I think is good because now my brain's already on, like, analytically, like trying to figure it out. So at least when I criticize it with you, like, let's just say for hypothetical that I end up really enjoying it.
Then we can no longer do this podcast.
Right? Then we could fucking can't be friends. But I would have specific reasons why you hated it that I would actually be able to actively be thinking about to go, well, I got to ask him again because I wonder why he didn't like this because I thought it worked or something like that. And then the conversation can be a little bit more detailed and make a little more sense.
Because like it's kind of like the same thing with Hobbs and Shaw. I vocalized what I really didn't like about it, and you did too, but yours were a lot different than mine. because I just couldn't get past that main point, anyways, to even give a shit about the rest of the movie. But still,
Well, I was like, because I tell people, I was like, there are few films I actually get mad at, and that was one that I was actually getting furious. Like, I was getting angry watching the film because it was so fucking bad, and I'm like, I have to finish it because we were going to talk about it. And I'm
Nick
just like,
still hasn't finished that movie.
it's so bad, dude. It's just so fucking bad.
I've only experienced that feeling once.
Which one?
Dawn of Justice.
Oh, really? Yeah. That one I didn't expect to be good, so it's like,
Wait, you don't like Dawn of Justice? Oh no, wait, that's the Batman v Superman. Never mind. I thought you were talking about Justice League. Yeah, but you
Yeah, I
fucking
think-
like
I thought he
Justice
was-
League.
actually,
dude,
I
so
did the same
no.
I refuse to call it Batman vs Superman because that's barely in the plot,
BVS.
yeah.
and it sounds like a law.
Well, I mean, they do call it Captain America Civil War, and there's barely a Civil War.
What?
I would say there's no civil war. There's only a bunch of people fighting.
Right, it's just friends. That's domestic war.
Oh, Jesus.
I broke John.
God damn it! Don't get me fucking started on Civil War, man.
Oh.
You guys are hitting me with like the highlight films that I really
Right,
love
right.
and I really hate.
But no,
my brain is on both spectrums.
Back to everything. Rewind past the rating and all the other.
somebody get the DVD rewinder, please, to take me back to fucking Van Helsing.
It's
all
green
the way
and
back.
black. It's easy to find online.
The masquerade scene is so neat. I really like it. The dialogue's pretty shit. The friar is fun, but stupid.
I don't think that they should have mixed Frankenstein story arc and Dracula story arc in the same fucking movie. It just hurt. Again, I don't know, because this is again, we're talking about fucking Van Helsing movie. Is it based off of a graphic novel? Is that what that movie's based on? Or is it just based off of, they just were like, fuck it, let's put Van Helsing, Dracula, and Frankenstein's monster in one fucking movie?
I have no idea. I mean, honestly, I would assume it was like a comic book or something, because that was like the thing to do.
Right.
But,
Because it was the early 2000s, and that's when they were just starting to make random ass comic book movies all the time.
yeah, it was 2004.
Yeah.
And let's see.
Which
Famed
means
Monsters-
the CW has de-evolved if this movie is like a CW movie.
Now there you
No.
go.
Think it was.
Was it?
What?
I don't think so.
Oh, no?
No.
Man, I'm trying to look it up right now.
Okay.
No, it's American period action horror film written and directed by Stephen Sommers.
There we go. Not based on anything, then.
So there you go. Just the basic.
That's a shame. He was supposed to come back in the Dark Universe.
Oh, really?
Which, that's not anything. What?
Damn.
The Dark Universe, what's the last one they did for that? The Mummy?
The Mummy.
And that was
That killed it all.
that was not good. They tried to do didn't they have Russell Crowe in there? He was supposed to be like
Dr.
I think he was
Jekyll.
Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde, but they never showed him as Hyde. So
They-
yeah.
Two attempts to start that universe. Potentially 3, if you believe the rumors. And
Well, yeah, they were talking about possibly having the Invisible Man movie built into it. And as a fan of that movie, I say, fuck you, don't do that. Just don't ruin it.
I say just make individual films, and if they work out,
Yeah.
and you think you can have a good idea to bring in, because do you remember who was originally going to be the Invisible Man in the first casting for the Dark Universe?
No.
I believe it was Johnny Depp.
Oh. I was about to going to say Kevin Bacon.
No,
No, that's Hollow.
Hello, man.
That's not the same thing.
They love to bring back old shit and just,
This is true.
this is part of this universe. This is what he did for the 20 minutes you didn't see him on screen.
No, I was like, I kept laughing in Van Helsing because I was getting mad because like all these people had accents, and fucking Van Helsing's the only one who doesn't. Like I mean, technically he does because he has an American accent.
Yeah.
But fucking Hugh Jackman's Australian. So why make him do an American accent
Right.
when everybody else has a different one?
And not only that, they're supposed to be in Romania, right? Is that where?
Yeah.
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 But you
So-
can make the argument that he's not from Romania, but
Well, where is Van Helsing supposed to be from? He's supposed to be.
I think it's UK, right?
yeah, I
that-
thought it was London.
Was
but
he supposed to be from London?
That's what I thought, but still, it's just like, why does he have an American? Well, we know why he had an American one because they just wanted Wolverine in an action film. But no, there was some silly shit happening in it that was driving me nuts. Like when the brother of Kate Beckinsale's character, we see him turn into the werewolf for the first time. Like he's back in the castle with her and stuff in their house, and I go, first of all, I want to call some bullshit on some werewolf lore. If there is a full moon, you're just a goddamn werewolf. Has nothing to do if the fucking clouds cover up the moon. It's horseshit.
They
'Cause if
did
they're-
that in Harry Potter as well.
It's fucking dumb because they're like, it's like, well, if the moon touches them, then what if they're indoors, you bitch? Then what? So
Then they still turn because I'm going based off of Buffy lore, and Seth Green turned into one no matter where the fuck he was.
yeah, because it's a fucking full moon, and that's how it should be. That's how I think it should be anyway. And so Van Helsing fucks that up. And but it's really funny because they obviously went with rule of cool over logic, and
Dragon Ball.
there you go. Classic example of rule of cool. When he's turning, he does this weird like thing where he goes to the wall and then he like starts to like climb up it, but he's like doing a backstroke up it. So I'm like, what is he, fucking Spider-Man? So then like he starts changing and he's like ripping his skin off and stuff, and I'm like, he looks like he's just writhing on the floor, yet he's obviously like going up a wall, and I'm like, this is retarded. Like what has happened? We've gone off the rails.
So
And that's when my soul broke.
Van Helsing is supposed to be Dutch. The original story arc in Dracula, in Bram Stoker's Dracula, he was Dutch. He was supposed to be a
Damn!
Dutch.
Shout out to
doctor.
the freaky deaky Dutch, man.
Yeah. Which I think they even changed that. In,
His American accent was-
what was that? C-3PO? What was that?
Oh, I was just saying. Oh no, I'm frozen.
No, you're good. Go.
Can you hear me all right?
Yeah.
You're good now.
All right. I was just saying maybe his American than his.
Oh, I'm sure. I'd be willing to
Yeah.
bet. I would, because what didn't he try to do a British accent in Kate and Leopold or some shit like that? Wasn't that?
Probably.
And nobody remembers that fucking film. So there you go.
Hey, Bubba.
You rang.
Um,
But yeah,
Shit.
watch it. It's either really fun to laugh at or you might actually enjoy it. It's different, and it feels like an early 2000s film. Lot of crappy CGI, really corny ass dialogue, and kind of just senseless action. So yeah, it's fun. It's neato. And Kate Beckinsale is a total babe. So there you go. You're welcome. Yeah.
yeah. Sorry,
There you go.
my kid's whining because I disconnected my PlayStation Plus from his account or from his PlayStation,
Get wrecked.
which is his fault because he fucking wanted to play a game downstairs, so I made that the active PlayStation.
Fucking no more Fortnite. Can't fucking dab on the haters.
No, they can still do that. You don't need PlayStation Plus for that bullshit.
Oh, fuck.
Are you serious? You think the Fortnite creators would be that stupid not to do that? Come on.
I mean, given how stupid the game is.
And
I'll
you
say
can,
yes.
and Fortnite's crossplay now through all systems: PC,
Yeah, finally.
Xbox, Switch, PlayStation.
Well, and luckily they took police cars out of the game too, so it's
Did
you
they?
know.
Did they even have cars in there? I didn't even know there was fucking cars in that game.
Yeah, there's some scattered throughout the map. You can't
Tivis,
use
do
them.
you play Fortnite?
Yeah, every now and then.
Oh,
Yeah,
fuck.
yeah. We'll
You
still
can no
love
longer
you.
be a guest, sir.
We'll still love you in the morning. It's
I had to unlock Deadpool. I'm just sad I missed out on the Power Rangers Megazord costume.
oh shit. get Thanos so you could fucking slash dance on.
Oh, that's what got me into the game. That
on
was
a fucking
fun
galaxy.
event.
I
Diggity diggity dab.
I got a new video game for Father's Day because I'm a cool father.
Yeah, I thought you were about to say a fucking idiot. I was like, what? That's not mean. What'd you get?
I got Power Rangers. Was it Save the Grid or
Battle for the Grid.
Battle
Battle
for the Grid?
Which I'm like, don't fucking call it Battle for the Grid, God damn it! VR Troopers beat you to it, you bitches.
It's based off of the comic.
Don't give a shit.
Well, yeah. And John, this game is the what?
And Tivis had a stroke.
What'd you say,
again.
Tivis?
Oh, Jesus.
There you go.
Just why?
You're good.
The morphing grid.
The morphing
It
grid.
wasn't worth it. It was not worth it.
You had me in suspense the whole time, Tim. You fucking made me wait for that.
No, it's the perfect game for me because it deals with the multiverse of the Power Rangers thing. It's dope.
I fucking hate you.
And I've already set up 3 of my like preset teams and shit built into it, and one team is like nothing but villains. I fucking love it. It's like Lord Dracon, Zed, and Goldar. I was like, this is awesome. Fuck yeah.
Zed.
Huh?
I like Zed.
Yeah.
That's cool.
And then you can actually pick different colors and stuff. Nope.
Oh, that's progressive.
Yeah.
That's very progressive of you.
Zed is actually, they had to tone him down because he freaked kids out.
Well, you know, we're all red on the inside. If anything.
But yeah. And you can pick your teams of, so it's a team of 3. It's basically like Mortal Kombat, except you get 3 characters to do. And
Threesome. Got
then you get to pick a specific Zord. So you get like the original Megazord, the Green Ranger Dino or Green Ranger Dragon Zord.
There you go.
Goldar as a big make my monster grow type thing, or what's
Who said that?
the SPD Megazord?
Rita.
What? It's one of the
Oh,
other
I was just-
Megazords from another
yeah.
thing.
You guys are nerds.
Yeah,
I'm totally kidding. I know everything you're talking about, and it makes me sad.
I remember.
The Delta
when
Command?
is that what it is?
Or
Delta.
the SWAT?
Oh yeah.
Delta.
One of the
Dude,
two?
that actually reminds me. There was a game when I got it. What the hell? I don't even know how I got it. Oh, I think it was a free download. And
With The Last of Us 2, pervert. You
No.
sick man.
No.
I have no fucking clue what's
No.
going on with that game.
I only know because all the leaks. I love watching the drama. Pretty much, people are calling this the last Jedi of the video game industry. And I
Yeah.
fucking love it.
Somebody asked if they should make a Last of Us 3. I was like, dude, I didn't even know there was a Last of Us 1. What the fuck?
That's fucked up. I remember this game came out. It was a free download, and it was the first game I used to start testing my capture card when I got it. My fucking Elgato 360, I believe, is what I got. And it was Marvel vs. Capcom. And I started playing it. I think I might go back. I might actually do a Let's Play through that game. Because I suck at fighting games. Like, I'm so fucking, like, titanically trash at it. Like, it's like, it's so fucking horrifically bad how terrible I am at fighting games. Except Smash. I'm pretty good at Smash Bros. Which I don't think is a conventional fighting game anyway, but...
They usually lag out.
Yeah.
Yeah. Tivis, I like having you here, buddy. Like, even if you robot voice on
You're
me.
totally going to have to listen to the podcast, though, because you're
It's-
missing like 20%.
I'm fucking dying. It's so fucking funny, man. But yeah, I think I might after I finish up Destroy All Humans, because
Yeah.
Is that the new one?
they're doing a sequel. So
Okay.
so Destroy All Humans got released as a freebie for Xbox, and so we pulled that up because I guess they had a remastered version. Game's pretty fucking fun. I got like 3 levels in, about an hour and a half.
What's he
Pretty
doing?
easy mechanics. It's fun. It's a lot of fun. sadly, it's only one player, so usually what ends up happening is I'll play and Hannah will just like commentate on the side and shit like that. So luckily she enjoys that. So
Yeah, I played the original. I wanted to play the second one, and the third one just looked fun. Calling that Tremor. What is he grabbing?
oh no, but no, it's super fun. I think I'm gonna finish that one up. I have a couple of like Minecraft episodes that I need to edit through because I turned into kind of a sour bitch about halfway through because I got lost, and then
Boo-hoo.
and then I think I'll go back through Marvel vs. Capcom because it's just a fucking silly fighting game, and like it's essentially the Thanos Infinity Stone storyline again, but with the Capcom characters helping out. So I'm like, that'll be fun to make fun of.
I really want to pick that one up. I know it wasn't well liked because that was the one they took the mutants out of, but
Yeah.
Mm.
But I mean, I get it. God, fucking hell, dude. There's already like fucking 30 characters or more in that. It's like shit. It's like, you gotta be careful because it's like, I really hate like, it's the only reason why I'm not like super down with Smash Brothers Ultimate because like there's 100 billion fucking characters in it. But I guess that makes me sound kind of fucking old or something. But I just don't like.
There's too many options, man. Too many
Well,
options.
because it's like the choice paralysis that you get like when you're like on Netflix and shit.
And as a kid, you were just like, fucking 4 characters? That's all I get to choose from? God
Yeah, right.
damn it.
Well, and I also like I kind of miss the good old days of like I like fun shit like being able to make your characters and they're like really stupid looking. So it's kind of nice that games have really incorporated that. But then it's also you could almost like Let's Players could probably make a fucking like hour-long video just creating their character. Like,
oh, have you heard of was it I think Monster Garage or something?
no,
I
like an
believe
indie
that's
band?
what they called. It's a YouTube channel. They take games that have creation stuff, and they have a lot of fun with the wrestling ones. But they make the weirdest shit you can imagine, and then just play the game with it.
That sounds awesome.
Interesting.
Achievement Hunter did that a couple of times with the WWF games or WWE games.
Yeah,
So-
yeah.
Wait, is it
Fiddler.
a Netflix thing? Or not Netflix, is it a YouTube thing?
Yeah,
Because they had a show called Monster Garage with Jesse James, and I don't want to watch
I
that.
might be
The porn
confusing
star?
too.
No, wait.
No, Jesse James was the dude.
That's Jenna
who-
Jameson. Sorry.
Jesse James was the
Monster Factory.
Jesse James isn't that the guy who like robbed banks and trains and shit?
He was the douchebag that.
Or no,
like,
it was
fucked
Road
up
Dogg. Road Dogg from WWF.
Billy-
Your ass better call somebody.
You're thinking of Billy the Kid. No.
Who?
Fucking watch Bill and Ted, bro.
I don't know the kids. What's happening?
Jesse James is the dude who used to be married to and/or was dating Sandra Bullock. Remember, he was a douchebag. Like everyone didn't understand why they were even together.
That's mean. You don't know him. That's mean. What do you?
Yeah, I'm sorry. It's called Monster Factory, not
See,
Garage.
there we go. See,
Fucking Tivis with the fake news. Fucking hell, man.
I was thinking of the old car show.
Oh shit. Exhibit. What was it? Fucking Pimp My Ride.
Yeah,
my ride.
stuff like that.
Love that shit. TVs on TVs on TVs, bitch.
which
You got a
a lot
TV
of
in the
those
glove
cars,
compartment. No room for your gloves. Another TV.
They even said they took like half of that shit out, almost all of it, and the car wasn't even really like a car by the time they were fucking done. Like they just showed it off for the show.
Well, it's
so
like the old
sad.
Cribs.
Yeah. Well, Cribs was just them going in and showing off like these $1 million houses. I would love to try and
Well,
like I
they
would
also they put shit in there just to stage
Yeah.
things. Sometimes they would
That
just
doesn't
rent
surprise
places
me at
entirely. They
all.
don't even own it.
That's funny.
Yeah,
Well,
yeah.
it's like also I was like, how is that concept being made, especially now in the day, like nowadays, now in the days. Good job, John. You fucking idiot. Like with doxing and stuff, like being such a huge thing. It's like, I always love that joke. I probably bring it up like probably every fucking 10 podcasts, but I love the idea that we went from like, be anonymous, don't fucking put your information on, and like don't fucking use your real name online and stuff like that. And now we're literally in the age where we go on, use our credit card and our face, and have a stranger come pick us up at our house to drive us somewhere.
Yeah, it's
Don't get a
definitely
strange
not
vehicle.
safe.
Right.
just yeah.
What'd you say, Tivis?
Don't get in a stranger's vehicle.
Don't tell me what to do. As long as they have a 5-star rating, they can kidnap the shit out of me. Apparently, you know, not everybody's Chloe from Smallville. All right.
Yeah. Okay.
Tim has brought that up. I guess nobody knew about that.
Oh,
Oh man. Yeah. No, I would love to see when you get your videos done, John, because I actually watch your shit.
Really?
Yeah.
Dude, the Destroy All Human one was fun. I haven't had that much fun actually
Did you
playing game in a
upload
minute.
this? You told me you were going to upload an additional one. Did you do that?
Yeah,
yet?
it went up.
Okay.
It went up. It was
Okay.
it was a re-edit because
Right.
it's always hard with certain games because you want the because I always try to put subtitles on. So if you watch my
Yeah.
video, there's some really janky audio at the beginning because when we were because with the Lego games you get the option screen before the cutscene, the opening cutscene happens, so I could put subtitles on. I can't see your eyes. So you can put subtitles on for the cutscenes, so just in case I'm talking over it or something like that, people can hear what's going on. That's horrifying. But in this one, it's an older game, so obviously that mechanic wasn't there. So the opening cutscene happens first before you get to the options
Yeah.
shit. So I was like, oh shit, this is a big long cutscene. Let me put subtitles on. I hit start and it cut it. So I'm like, fuck. And it was like a 2.5 minute long fucking cutscene. So
Yeah.
I skipped all of it like an asshole. So then we finished the Let's Play and then we went back and re-recorded watching it, but I had to use a different setup for the audio. And fucking hell. I was using a QuickTime sound recording, audio recording. And so I was getting delay in my headphones while we were trying to talk. It fucked me up so many times. I sound like I'm fucking hammered off my ass because I'm slurring in my head.
Yeah.
Because I'm hearing reverberate, it's reverberating in my ear
The
while I'm
reverb.
trying to fucking talk. And
Reverb.
man,
reverb.
it was fun. It was super fun. The storyline's pretty funny, and the dialogue is a little. It's really tongue in cheek, parody. It's honestly one of the funnier things, and I'm gonna totally pat myself on the back because I don't give a shit. It's honestly one of the funnier ones I've made, and Hannah's getting really good at
The banter.
going
Yeah.
back and forth and because
Yeah.
I'm not a huge fan of Dead Air, and
Right.
so her being way more quick-witted lately has been really fucking awesome. And
And you, I want to go off of this real quick, but you being not a fan of Dead Air helps a lot of the shows that you've been on lately on your live streams that you guys have been doing on YouTube and stuff. Because without you on some of the shows, whoa, I just fucking dropped really far.
I was like, what the fuck?
I noticed there's a lot more dead space there, and when you show up, you kind of fill that in, which is nice, and it moves them along too, which is really good. So I wanted to say good job.
Well, thank you. I appreciate.
I don't have a laugh track yet.
I appreciate the reach around. It's very my ego appreciates it very much.
You just like that reach around. You just don't pay attention to the dick in your ass.
I really wish I could put out more Let's Plays. A couple weeks ago, I bitched about how my hard drive died.
Yeah.
So I was in the middle of I think I had 4 Let's Plays that were almost done.
Did
So
you lose the footage?
No, I have everything,
Okay.
but
You
I
just
didn't.
lost.
I didn't have an XML file yet.
Gotcha.
I'm a fucking idiot, so I've started to fix that. So I'm gonna start doing XML files halfway through versus
Yeah.
I would do it when it was done,
Right,
because
right.
then it's if I wanted to come back and maybe do a clip show or something
Right.
instead of trying to download them off YouTube, I'll just
I've
bring 'em in and
started
read
just editing off of an external hard drive.
yeah. I see, that's something I started to do now
yeah.
too, and
That way it works a little easier.
I really want to pump out more because they're fun, but the problem is I lost so many projects that I have to restart them. I shot my cousin's wedding, and I have 800 photos, and I was at 600 edited when I lost everything, and then it's fuck, now I got to go through all that again,
Right.
and then we just had a loss in the family. Hannah's grandmother that we really liked from Florida just passed, and so we're putting shit together to go down and see the family for all of that. And so like things I'm already behind, we're getting behind even farther, and all the things I want to do, it's hard to find time. I totally get why YouTubers tend to lose their shit after a while. It's hard to keep up with the demand.
Yeah.
And a lot of them, they don't seem to think they can take days off, which is weird because everyone deserves, a break.
Yeah. Well, you're in the market where everybody is always constantly creating that.
Yeah.
If you feel, especially starting out, you feel if you're not putting something out at least twice or 3 times a week, that you're just like, fuck.
Oh, I have that fucking problem constantly, and I hate myself for it. Like
Yeah.
I
feel
been
like shit
trying
that I
to
don't
do
put shit out.
Well, not only that, but there's this weird detriment that I have, and I think a lot of people are experiencing it these days, that I don't know how to just have fun. It's really it sounds so fucking sad and
Yeah.
jaded, but I don't know how to just have fun. And people are like, what's that mean? I would say if I play a video game with Hannah just to play it and I don't record, I feel like I did something stupid.
Like you
Or
just wasted time or something.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
there was nothing productive about it except for the fact that I got to spend time with somebody I care about doing something we
Right.
enjoyed, and that in itself should be enough. And I hate that my mentality is like I could have been recording this. I
Right.
could have had this. Like especially if something really funny happens, you just fucking kick
Right.
yourself.
I think
So
a
I
lot
hope-
of
I hope-
people feel that, even ones that don't put content online, people are in that constant state of, we have to record everything. We got to take a picture of everything. I
Yeah.
got to, fucking, my kid's graduation's going to be all on my phone. I'm going to see it in my phone, but not actually look at it.
And then never see it again. Yeah. No, I totally get that. And it's things like, but then there's moments where I yell at myself because I'm always with my camera, like when I go on vacation and stuff,
Yeah.
and I love taking photos. And people are like, "You're never in any of them." I'm like, "Well, because I took them.
Yeah.
Like that's my memory is me. I was there. I don't need my stupid face in the photo
Yeah.
to remember that I was there." And then we have the death in the family, and now all I'm thinking is I have all these wonderful photos of this person that I really care about, and I remember everything that we did because of that. Like all the Thanksgivings we had at our house.
Right.
When we'd go to we went to spring training baseball games, and like when we went to see fireworks at their like community home area, and it was just like, yeah, get fucked me. I like the fact that I take all these photos.
Yeah.
It's like don't.
Yeah,
There's nothing wrong with recording things. I think.
Right.
No, and I actually feel like we don't take enough photos.
I
Like
think some people take way too many photos.
I think I overdo it.
Oh.
But there's also a difference between taking fucking selfie after selfie after selfie.
Yeah, I should
Yeah.
say selfie culture is kind
I'm
of ridiculous.
talking like birthdays and holidays and
Yeah,
stuff
yeah,
where we
yeah.
get together, and we literally haven't taken a photo in years of anything other than the
Yeah.
cats.
right.
No, it's like it's just nice, and especially because in this day and age, like you have the resources and like,
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know how privileged this sounds, but I mean, fuck, man, you can get a 4 to 6 terabyte hard drive for like $100 now.
Yeah.
Like that's
Oh, yeah.
crazy.
They're super cheap. Like,
So I literally almost buy one every year, and pretty much what ends up happening
Same.
is I'll buy one, and then I'll back up all my shit to that one,
Mm-hmm.
and then it goes into like a fire. Well, we're gonna get a fireplace safe,
Right,
like,
right.
and put it in there, and because then now if anything ever happens, I have it all, and
Yeah.
it's like it is kind of nice to do that versus a photo album, but I am trying to get back to printing
And then
physical shit again.
I do like the idea of having because your hard drives are great.
Yeah.
If you don't plug in your hard drive, people, they can erase. Like, you can just lose all your shit. So you need to plug your hard drives in every so often just to make sure they're running good. I luckily,
like a car. They
yeah,
can't sit idle for fucking a
I
year.
luckily back up all my stuff, especially the family shit, on 2 separate hard drives, and then I'm actually in the process of all of the pictures throughout the years, putting them on DVDs, because they're gonna fucking stay on that DVD, and then just pop that DVD away somewhere.
I've been trying for the last 5 years to do. My dad took some videos from our wedding. I've been trying to put them together in some kind of video, but a freaking editor, they only show up as black screen with audio. I don't understand why.
Huh.
Yeah, I'll figure it out
That's
one day.
interesting.
I think you just gotta. Well, I think you just gotta burn them, right?
Yeah, I'm trying to splice in stuff though with an
Okay.
editor.
Oh, okay.
But
Well, if you need help, just let me know. I like editing.
We
shit.
all know how to do it.
It's all fun. It's all fun and games.
Anyways,
guys.
Weeby.
No, I plan on doing some streaming of video games myself with that new Power Rangers game, and then I'm actually want to do streaming on. I have a PS2 Power Rangers game, Power Rangers Super Legends, which is pretty dope.
Is it multiplayer? Or is it just
The new one for the PS4 is multiplayer.
Because I have the Injustice games too. I'm just saying if you wanted to ever do
I
a
have
stream.
Injustice 1 for the PS4. I have Injustice 2 for the Xbox. So, yeah. I wish you could just like trade over your content from one thing to the other, like your stats and all that
Cross
bullshit.
saves.
Yeah.
Game save
Yeah.
shit. Yeah.
So, anyways, moving on.
Are you gonna move on, or am
Love
I?
you, John. Love you, John.
I'm just gonna.
In some news, let's get some of this news stuff out of the way so we can move on, because I know this could be work. Of course, cancel culture is running rampant right now on everything.
Rampant in the streets of the net.
But people are passing away. So,
Wait, what? How are those the same thing?
because we're losing a lot of stuff from that.
What
I
the
don't
fuck?
fucking
What
know.
were you doing? What was that? What was that?
That was a weird segue.
It's like cancel culture is rampant and people are dying.
And people are
It's like cool, man. Fuck the eternal cancel.
What happens to them when they're canceled?
Yeah.
Go into the ether of nothingness. Jesus.
well,
H butts.
Okay. So, anyways,
Michael, I fucking just anticipating where this is going.
well, we have one of the bigger ones was Joel Schumacher passed away,
God damn it. Yeah.
and for people who don't know, he did movies such as The Phantom of the Opera, which I believe is the one with Gerard Butler.
Yeah, it's kind of oof.
He did, of course, the Batman and Robin film, I believe it was.
And forever.
And Forever? Did he do Forever?
Forever.
And he did the number 23 with Jim Carrey, which could have been a lot better of a movie. Phone Booth, which was actually a pretty fun
That's
movie.
good. I enjoyed that. I'm not a huge Colin Farrell fan, but I thought that.
Yeah.
That and In Bruges are like two good. Joel Schumacher didn't do In Bruges, but I like that film.
For any of the horror fans out there, I know we just had a remake of Flatliners recently, but he did the original Flatliners back in 1990 something. I think it was just 1990.
It was funny. We were scrolling through films and that popped up, and I was like, "Oh fuck yeah, I should watch this." Michael was talking about. I was like, "No, wait, that's The Frighteners."
Yeah, the Frighteners.
Yeah.
No, because the Frighteners was
Peter
Jackson. Yeah.
Yeah.
And he also did the Lost Boys, the original
Yes,
Lost Boys.
classic with fucking Kiefer Sutherland.
Yeah.
Hells yeah.
So
It's a good film.
definitely will be missed.
Super missed. He gave me so much joy with Batman and
Yeah.
Robin. Not only as a kid, where I just enjoyed it glowingly, like all the toys were fucking dope and it was colorful and fun. It was super neat. And then I grew up and realized it's kind of dumb,
Yeah.
But now I love it in a completely different way, and a lot of memories from that man, and I super appreciate him. So.
He did live long though. He was about 80, I think it was. And unfortunately though, the last thing he did direct was some episodes of House of Cards, which that didn't very well go well.
Very well.
Very well
Got
go
it.
well. Yeah, that
Nailed
didn't
it.
end very well.
Got it.
Well then.
Yeah. Anyways.
Nah, he will absolutely be missed.
Yes.
Definitely in town.
Didn't we lose somebody else this past week or so? I don't recall. I can't remember who got canceled and who died. So I mean, there's not much of a difference right now.
I'm just gonna. I'm gonna take a breather.
And we have lost John. So Tivis, what's up?
Unfortunately, Dong Style guy got fired.
Dong Style? Oh, the wrestler that we talked about.
Yeah.
He got fired. He was in.
And I'm back.
He was with Impact, correct?
Yeah.
Okay.
They
What did
cut
he get
ties.
fired for? What did he?
Well, the recent stuff on Twitter, all the people speaking out, and he kind of came out and said, "Yeah, no, I was a piece of shit person."
Ooh, yeah.
So he admitted it.
Kinda, yeah. He didn't outright say, but
I always got to tell people in this day and age, just shut the fuck up. Don't say anything. Like, even if somebody, even at a point, obviously it's human nature. Because even I had a moment on a podcast the other week with somebody in the chat. Because, classic, bullshit from people who either don't like your opinion or maybe just don't like you. And they're like, oh, he's a virgin. Or oh, he's a fucking incel. It lives in his mom bed. And I'm like, Jesus Christ. I literally put out a video with me and Hannah, fucking that day. And
Wait. They were saying that about you? Like you just live with your mom or something?
They were like, he's like, oh, well, of course John doesn't have kids. He's a fucking virgin. And it's like, you fucking prick. And this is 3 weeks in a row he's in the chat saying shit like that. And I'm like, I got triggered so hard like a bitch. And I was like, you dipshit. I'm like, I literally put out a fucking video this week with my girlfriend. And
wow.
I was fucking dying. But it's like, I get it. When you have an accusation, man, don't fucking make a video. Don't fucking be posting shit, because all it does is make you look guilty. And two, most of the time, it really shows that the allegations are probably 100% correct. You're showing weird narcissistic tendencies and shit.
Yeah.
I'm just like,
Well,
man.
see, that's interesting though. That's how we think. It's like you're being accused of something, so you want to set the record straight sometimes. But then it's like, oh well, he must.
But don't do it in
definitely
the
be
public
that.
eye. But don't do it in the public eye. It's one of those things. Every time you speak on a subject, you are taking a risk. That's just how it is, and it's sad that it's like that. But we all live in a society. We live in a culture now that people want their voices heard. It's why we do podcasts. It's kind of started more of you and I just wanted to chat and do stuff.
Yeah.
Now it's other people. I mean, I would have never met Tivis if it wasn't for this, or
Neither would I.
I would never, and I would have never spoken to Amelia or all these other guys on shout out to Equilibrium with Comic Chats, Danny, Terrence, and Anzo. I would have never met these guys, and Chris, who was just on the other day. And it gave me a chance to reconnect with one of my childhood friends, Isaac, and that stuff's really important to me.
What I'm hearing is Operation Babble was a gateway drug to the rest of
Exactly. Yes. And oh boy, was it. And I need my daily fix.
I'm
my
sorry,
weekly fix.
Internet, for creating the bald
You've created
man.
a monster. You fucking I'm Michael Stein's monster. But it's a double-edged sword. You want to get out there, right? And you want to be known. You obviously don't. You want to do this because you enjoy it. I mean, hopefully you are, because passion begets passion. And if you don't really give a shit about something, that's when you start to realize people are kind of full of shit.
Multiverse.
Oh no. But there is a problem with it inherently, that when you put so much of yourself out there, it gives people this this feeling of like almost not necessarily entitlement, because I don't really like how that word gets thrown around so loosely lately.
Right.
But like you have this sense of like camaraderie, and I think it's warranted. I don't know how long. Tivis, how long? Because we're seeing it a lot with Rooster Teeth right now. We're seeing them kind of fuck up a couple of times, and I don't know how long. How long have you been a fan? Like, how long have you been watching their content?
Since about 2006.
Oh, so you were damn near the beginning then. 'Cause,
Yeah.
2003 they were pretty much doing content. In 2005, they started really getting into YouTube and kind of really starting to take off. And yeah, I've been there since day one. Like, I had bootleg DVDs of like the first season on a bus when I was in like middle school, and I've been there since day one. And I didn't even know their podcast existed until I want to say like 2005 or something, or six.
Mm-hmm.
And I started listening to that, and man, they tell a lot of personal stories, and you know a lot of stuff about these people. Because they have years and years and years of content. So like, I knew when they were getting divorced, when they were having kids, when they moved out of their house, when, you know, all this stuff. And you hear their voices in your head every fucking day, or at least I did, because I would work jobs and stuff. Like once I got this new job that I work where I can wear a headset and listen to shit all day, I went through their podcast catalog twice, their full one twice, in like less than a year. And you learn a lot of details about these people. And I hear their voice in my head more often than I hear my own girlfriend's and my mom's. You know what I mean? And at a point, I can see how those lines can get blurred. Because then I eventually actually met Bernie in real life while I was at school. And I got to do an interview with him. And it was really weird to be able to tell him that he can streamline through a lot of his talking points, because I already knew all of them. Like, I knew every minute detail of a story he was about to tell, like, you know, when they were coming up out of his spare bedroom, working at the telecom center, shit like that. I'm like, oh yeah, we can skip by that because I know all that stuff, so I can ask you new questions. And it's weird to have this conversation with essentially a stranger, but be able to speak to him as if we've known each other for like a decade.
Mm-hmm.
And I think with the internet now, that is a huge detriment, but also kind of a good thing. Because I think that's why we hold these celebrities and online personalities to this weird standard and put them up on this pedestal, because we quote unquote interact with them on a daily basis. And I don't know if that's healthy or not, but at the same time, I'm like, I kind of get why some people can be obsessed. It's weird. That was big long rant. Sorry.
Definitely. I get it.
So
Yeah, I agree.
it's just it's the double-edged sword that comes with wanting to be an online personality. Like with us doing this podcast, like anytime we talk on a subject, we're taking a risk. You know, one thing people will really agree with me, and then another one they'll be like, "You're a fucking asshole." And for all I know,
But see,
yeah,
as fucking human beings, I feel that I do not have to be infallible. Like I should not have to make sure I am perfect for every single fucking person. Just let me be me. Let my opinions come out. You don't have to agree with everything I say. You know, I still say retarded when I think of something being done stupid. I still call things gay when I don't like it. Doesn't mean you have to agree with me. You don't have to
Or
make it a big thing either online.
The only time I think that stuff should be brought up is when you have a huge following and you're trying to actively make these people do something out of their character. And really, at the end of the day, that's why I'm really liking this new culture of, like, not necessarily, it's not takedown culture, but, like, putting people to task on YouTube. Like, Jay Longbone does it.
What are they doing?
Them and EFAP.
Okay.
And other creators are doing it now, too. It's becoming, like, the new thing, where they take videos of people's, like, movie analysis or, like, you know, a Jake Paul video or a Logan Paul video or these, like, Onision people, like these big influential people who do like maybe really shady shit. They'll take these videos and they'll do a live stream breaking them down, or like maybe making fun of them, roasting them, or like going, no. Like with the movie, like with when people have Joker takes about the movie, they're like, okay, so this is wrong. That didn't happen in this film. You're a liar. And then they start showing that these movie reviewers constantly forget stuff, sometimes and you're starting to see this veil get pulled back where it really shows, be careful about watching a 10-minute vapid video from the same person over and over and over again, because there's a point where they don't actually say anything.
Right.
And that's a problem.
I think that's one of the biggest things. And Tivis, you can chime in too, dude. Like the biggest thing is the difference between my personal opinion and am I saying something as it's a fact, like said movie reviewers are doing when they're saying, well, this happened in the movie and this is fucked up, and it didn't happen. That is completely different than me giving just my personal opinion of, hey, I like the movie because of this, this, and this, stating real things, not making bullshit up, or comparing the movie to, say, a comic version of the Joker, when that movie clearly, for the Joker movie, has no connection to any of the comics besides the Wayne family being in there. You could have taken that story arc out and called it something else, and it would have been fine. The Comedian, there you go, boom. It's a whole other movie. It's not even related to DC. And that's one of the nice things about that movie is it doesn't have to be a comic book connected movie, because they're just telling their own iteration of a Joker-esque character.
You could tell they just wanted the name.
Yeah.
They wanted the branding.
Warner Brothers had the script. They were just like, hey, can we add this in? And
well, I mean, everybody always forgets what Todd Phillips said. It was, I wanted to make a real film disguised as a comic book movie. That's what he said.
Yeah.
And he nailed it, I think. That's just me.
What do you think, Tivis? Talk. Not robot voice.
Well, you guys were going a little robotic, so I was afraid to open my mouth.
Oh.
Finally, the tables have turned.
I just knew mine was going to be worse. I definitely can see that. So the whole, the Joker thing is like, I've always said, just focus on making a good film and then skin it to be whatever you want it to be.
Yeah. Don't make Aquaman.
Well,
you're a fucking bully. Even I didn't go there, Tivis.
I'm just fucking
Blame
with
that
you.
one.
I'm just
Blame
fucking
that
with
one.
you, dude.
yeah, at least it wasn't Dawn of Justice. Yeah.
I mean, they just need to make more movies of Green Lantern with Ryan Reynolds, and then DC's got all the money right there.
I wouldn't hate that, but
I actually would. I'd rather them just stay away from.
I would like
Ryan
them
Reynolds.
to do.
If you're gonna do it, reboot it, because we know it didn't go well. Just try again.
Or just
bring me another toy commercial.
give me the other Green Lantern. It doesn't have to be Hal Jordan.
John Stewart.
John Stewart, yeah.
I like John Stewart.
So let's get into some geek stuff, because I have some things, and I want to run them because Tivis is here too, so he could really dive into this.
Fucking nerds.
Fucking nerds. Me and Tivis talked about that word too, that is being used way too wrong. It's not by definition being used properly.
Are we geeks? Is that what that is? Freaks and geeks.
We'll get into that on another cast. That's a whole hour's worth of talking.
All right, fair enough.
So with Stargirl, and I know John hasn't seen episode 6. You haven't seen the newest episode, right?
Oh, so you guys are gonna spoil the shit out of it. Great, thanks.
I haven't seen it.
Fuckers. Oh yeah, sweet. Shut up, Michael.
You haven't seen it, Tivis?
No, they still drop on Wednesdays for me.
Okay, guys. So on episode 6,
I'll fucking kill you. I'll talk about episode 5 though.
Well, I won't talk about episode 6, but just in my, and I think I kind of texted this to you, John.
Yeah.
They have the Green Lantern's lantern there.
Yes.
And they mentioned, I think it was episode 5, that you needed the ring for it to be powerful or anything like that.
Yeah.
So in my thought process, think it would be cool to have Diggle from Earth Prime or Earth 1, go into their Earth as the Green Lantern with the ring that he
Are
supposedly
they on
got.
a different Earth?
Yes.
Yes,
this
they're
is-
on a
okay.
different Earth because I just
Okay.
watched Crisis again because
Okay.
my kid wanted to watch it, so we sat down and watched it all in one day.
Ugh.
And it says Stargirl is Earth 2. It
that's
says it at the end. And no matter what the fuck Flash says, they just haven't found the frequency to get to another Earth yet.
Okay.
Which they do in the comics anyways. They have to figure out it's on a different vibrational frequency or whatever. And without Vibe, I don't understand why Vibe doesn't have his powers again. Like, why didn't... Never mind.
This crisis was dumb. It was rushed.
But I think that would be a good way to get Diggle into that Jon Stewart-esque role that everybody wanted him in. Because we all know they're not going to put him in the HBO show. They're just not going to fucking do that. That show's going to be a darker tone, more serious tone thing.
Oh, and he's not getting
anyways.
a CW one either. Like, it's just not going to happen.
No, they're not going to do a
budget- the budget's not
CW
there.
thing. But they can put him into that show and he can just show up randomly. He doesn't have to go every episode.
I would be more okay with them doing a bit of a crossover with the HBO, like kind of teasing maybe not their main character, but another
Right.
character that could be in it every now and then.
But the fact that they give him the Stewart last name, well, technically it's his stepdad's last name, correct?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, I mean, they always did some random teases on Arrow just because they were fucking with fans. His character wasn't even supposed to stay in the damn
Exactly.
show anyways.
Well, and same with Felicity. That was supposed to be like a season arc thing. My issue is, as of right now, I'm 5 episodes in.
Okay,
I've
you're
heard
5
some things about this. I've heard things about the 6th.
Right.
It's not being received very well. It's okay.
I wonder why it isn't. I'm going to have to pay attention to see why.
I'm hearing things about costumes and certain villains and characters.
I fucking love the costumes. They're so, like,
I saw the
comic
sports.
booky and-
I saw the Sportsmaster one. It looks fucking stupid.
Sportsmaster looks dumb in pretty much everything, though.
I mean, you put the
Fair
hockey
enough.
mask on him, he's going to look like, what, fucking Mad Dog or whatever it was in Arrow?
Wild Dog, you
Wild
prick.
Dog.
And Wild Dog looked way cooler.
Ninja Turtles guy.
Casey Jones.
And that's Casey Jones, and his is
And
way
Casey
cooler.
Jones
It almost
looked
looks
way
like a
cooler.
Punisher one. That's
Yeah,
way
yeah.
cooler. How dare you, Tivis? You're wrong. I'm sorry.
No, that's fair. I'm not a Turtles fan, so.
Oh, you're no longer
well,
welcome
okay,
here.
you
Thank you. Bye.
All right, cool. You fucking you speciest.
Made you both mad now.
What, your superheroes can't be green or something? Damn.
Green
Yeah,
Lantern?
I mean, that's because he's a person. Like I said, speciest. You're fucked up.
There's a squirrel.
yeah, there is. Oh, no. Oh God, no. Dude, do you think that one and Squirrel Girl could bang? Anyway, I'm tangent.
What are you trying to say? We keep
Nothing. I don't know what you're talking about. Fuck, I lost it. What was I saying?
Episode
so-
5.
okay.
We're talking about
No,
episode
got
5.
it. Got it.
Yeah.
I got it. Brains back. Reset. DVD rewind. So I'm never gonna let that go. I like the show for the most part. I think the villain stuff is going really well. Everything with Luke Wilson right now is going really strong. I'm like really interested. I think all the hero shit sucks. It's got some really bad tropes that you see from the CW, like characters just kind of getting powers and just being. I'm gonna go with just Batwoman for the most part because I think that's the show. Because Supergirl had like the SJW shit, but like Batwoman is just poorly written, like just across the board. That whole show is terrible. And you're seeing some of that in Supergirl, where like
You mean Stargirl?
not Supergirl, Stargirl, where characters are just given these powers and it has nothing to do with them.
They're literally just given suits that have the powers.
Yeah, and there's nothing about them. Yolanda's like the only hero right now where I think she could hold her own without any powers. Like, because we saw her boxing and all that shit. And I would actually like to see them get into it with other people, just them. Like, because people would say Stargirl trained. No, she fucking didn't.
She's a
she was-
gymnast.
She's a gymnast,
She was
so
a
she knows how to
gymnast.
flip.
That was doing flips and shit in the middle with a glowing staff in the
with-
middle of the fucking town,
with
which
her,
nobody
though-
saw.
With her though, when she does fight, when Stargirl does fight, and pay attention in episode 6, the staff does most of the work. The staff does
That's
everything.
what I'm saying.
So
Yeah.
it's
And that's
it's
what
not
it
really
feels like
her.
it's going to be. It feels like it's what it's going to be.
Right.
And like,
But
at least
Starman,
with-
did Starman have any actual powers, or he was just a normal
I
person
thought
that
he was
had the
just a
staff?
dude.
Uh,
yeah, I think it was just a dude. And
the staff, I
but
believe.
Pat
Yeah.
says he fought and did all this stuff for like 5 or some years
Right.
before he found the staff.
Right.
So
But
that
they
is
also
indicative
have
to his
these-
character.
They also have these kids using these powers that they're not used to fight adult supervillains that have been using their powers
Been
that
in the game
killed
for years.
their predecessors. So
Yeah, and there's no training. There's no. Yolanda was shown to be training.
Yeah.
That was the thing. Because even the gymnast shit, like, we don't even see her do it. They literally, like, the one thing you could have done was make her a cheerleader or a. They didn't want to make her a cheerleader
Right.
because that's sexist. You know that. That's just
wait,
fuck off.
you're talking about she becomes. Who is she on there?
Stargirl.
Okay, yeah.
They go through the point to say that she's a gymnast, which doesn't mean you can fucking fight. It means you can do a fucking flip. And then I think they tried to say she did some boxing or something, like showed some gloves or something. I don't know, or like judo. I don't know.
Right.
But they never show it. Like they never actually have her
Yeah.
take anybody down herself. So
I would feel.
the protagonist is the worst part of this film or this show. It kind of reminds me of Buffy, but at least Buffy could do shit.
Buffy had superhuman strength too. As a Slayer, she was granted that
Yeah.
strength.
I kind
and the
of feel
knowledge.
her amateurness is kind of am I robotic?
No.
No, you're good.
Okay, good. Is kind of being highlighted for a reason, and that it's coming to a point where they're gonna get their ass kicked.
That's what
Yeah.
a lot of people are saying. And if that happens, that will help. But there really is a point where it's too little, too late. Being humbled is good because you're impulsive and maybe arrogant and all that stuff.
Right.
But the show is already trying to tell us that she's capable, and that's the problem.
Once you see episode 6, I think some of it comes together a little more for what you're talking
Yeah,
about.
Yeah. And that's why this might not age very well,
Right.
but I'm fine with that because I'm going week to week to week.
Yeah, it's speculation.
But again, with Yolanda, like, she has shit going on. Like, I know stuff with her family,
Yeah.
and I know she's training. So I think she could kick the shit out of somebody without her costume.
Right.
But then she gets the costume and then just relies
She
on
has
it,
the
which
most
is
powerful
fucking lame.
costume, basically.
Which is also never fucking addressed. And I'm still pissed off about the toaster. Fuck you, show. Nobody brought that up. You're telling me, stupid little Pop-Tart kid, can he die, by the way? I want that character to just die.
Yeah,
He looks familiar to me. Like I've seen him in something else, but I looked him up, and he's been in practically nothing.
no, he just
No, he's
looks
just
like
got a
other.
punchable. He's just got a punchable fucking face.
No, he
that's
just looks
all.
like other like Disney kids.
Yeah, he's like
That's-
Freddy from fucking iCarly. I fucking.
Yeah.
That's unfair. I actually liked Freddy. I fucking hate
Wait,
this kid.
Freddy.
I hate
Freddy.
from iCarly, dude. He was their tech guy, you prick.
Oh yeah.
You're an awful person.
I was confusing him with it's Fred. That
I'm
kid.
also.
No.
I'm also. Ugh, gross. Also, I called you a bad person, even though I'm the one who knows iCarly. So actually,
No,
I'm
iCarly is
fucking
one of
an
my
iCarly's-
favorite Nickelodeon
yeah.
shows, dude.
I think it's a good show.
Oh yeah.
I like Jeanette, I don't know, McCurdy. I think she's fucking hilarious.
Jeanette McCurdy.
Then she did that fucking show Sam and Cat, and that shit was
Which
just
was the same
fucking abysmal.
characters from iCarly and
Victorious.
Victorious.
Yeah,
Just
Fucking-
rooming
oh my
together.
God.
That
Sam and
lasted
Cat is
nothing.
Sam and Cat is so trash.
That was Ariana Grande, right?
Yeah.
yeah, and it's
Ariana.
bad. Drake and Josh is good shit
Whatever.
too. Drake and Josh is good shit too.
But no,
Oh, yeah.
she actually showed up in a show on Netflix as like some pregnant teenage kid.
Oh, big fucking surprise! Good job. As of right now, I just don't like any of the characters. I did enjoy most of our heroes. I really
Yeah.
liked as generic as it was, I liked the Hourman character kid, Rick Tyler or whatever.
Yeah, the only legacy one so far.
Fucking right. Or at least that's confirmed.
Yeah.
Right?
When did he wasn't in episode 5, was he?
Yeah, that's where they give him the hourglass.
No,
Yeah,
that was
and he
episode
punches
6.
No, it's 5,
No.
you dick. It's
no,
when
it's
he
at
punched
the-
the
yeah,
tree
yeah.
and Solomon Grundy
He's
shit.
just in episode 6 too.
Oh,
Okay.
Grundy.
I thought that episode was really good. A lot of people didn't like it because a couple of the excuses I've heard is there wasn't enough action. That's where I kind of go, what are you watching?
Did
Like,
notice
what are you
that
guys doing?
there wasn't like that main action scene like every other episode had. Basically,
Yeah.
is what I would think, but I wouldn't say that's a detriment to it. I would think that's good because you're getting more story.
That's what I'm
'Cause
saying. There's character development for fuck's
There's
sake.
only 13 episodes in the season, so you need some space to slow down and develop these characters before
and it
you
makes
get
the
into
action,
the bigger
that
story.
makes the big action set pieces a little bit
Yeah.
more poignant. Or at least
Yeah,
you'd
yeah.
hope so. But all these fucking lemons out there can't fucking watch something for 5 minutes unless something goes, ooh, explosion.
Right.
It's only
Got
13
cream in my
episodes.
jeans.
What's that, Tivis?
Yeah, go
Only
ahead.
13 episodes.
Yeah, it's only 13 episodes.
Yeah.
Oh, well, that explains why it feels like it's kind of rushing the team.
Yeah, yeah.
Which is fucking dumb.
Which as a show
I knew
called
it was going to be a problem.
as a show called Stargirl, it shouldn't be rushing a team. It should focus more on her. It should, if they're gonna do the team, it should just be Justice Society of America.
Well, especially when you have somebody like fucking Luke Wilson, and
Yeah.
like you have somebody that's that solid of an actor, and he's got all this baggage and shit going on. It's like,
Now they did the
man,
same.
he's just being underused. It's so annoying. Like his storyline right now is like the coolest part of the show.
They
I think I think that intertwines with the girl though. He's got like a slow, methodical approach, and hers is aggressively reckless. And
Yeah.
I think they're going to kind of learn from each other.
Oh, I certainly hope so. The thing is just the stuff with the protagonist is just being so mishandled. Like it's like whenever Luke Wilson or like there's no pretty much when it's ever a male, it feels like somebody else is writing the show. Like they use like certain tropes, but like there's so much thought put into a lot of like their scenes. It's so even though it's fucking generic and stereotypical, they're filming it in a really cool way. Like Luke Wilson's character Pat with the junkyard.
yeah.
Like that shit is like it's like a little puzzle piece getting put together, and it's really nice. And then with Rick Tyler, like you get the opening with the car crash, and then him punching the tree, and it's like, and then when he knocks it down with his strength, I'm like, good on you, show. But at the same time, it's like giving him an hour. Be careful, because you guys don't pay attention to time frame, which is abysmal. But like that scene when Beth with the goggles shows the 3D render of what actually happened. Which we'll fucking talk about the goggles. I fucking hate that shit. With the car, and he's like in the hologram, and he like tried to. It was just such a fucking cool scene. I was like,
Yeah.
man, this episode really, really earned it. And you know why that scene hit real good? It's because it was all character development the whole way through, and we earned that scene. And if you had more episodes like that, I would give a shit about every single person on this team. But they just rush people constantly, and it's just aggravating as shit.
Unfortunately, the whole team rushing, building the team together, I think that's the detriment because of it supposedly being made just for the DCU app. And they did the same fucking thing with Titans, was they rushed everyone to get together really fast. They didn't develop any of those
Oh,
fucking
don't worry. There's a
characters.
lot more problems with that
Well,
fucking
no,
show.
no, there is.
But yeah, but I get you.
They
Yeah.
they rushed that, and they rushed that one even faster, and they didn't develop any of those characters.
I agree. And then they just kickstart right into the second. I mean, the Raven storyline is like one of the most pivotal
The fact that they-
storylines in the Titans
Yeah.
universe, and Deathstroke.
The
with
fact that they went into the
Judas
Raven
contract.
storyline the first season was not. No, you
That was
needed
so
some development.
stupid. That was
for-
like third season shit.
Yeah.
Like where you knew everybody and then
Yeah.
you trust. Because then when bad things were happening to Raven, everybody cared. But at the
Right.
same time, it's like, can we trust her?
Also,
And then
I
you
have
move it- Oof.
an issue now with how the world was reset, or the universe, I should say, was reset because in Crisis they say Titans is on one Earth and now Doom Patrol is on a whole other separate Earth. I'm like, the fuck, guys, you do know, like,
Well, they're not saying that Titans doesn't have a Doom Patrol. They're
I
just
guess,
not active.
but like they keep doing crossovers with each other, and that's
just
where
ignore Crisis.
freaking
My headcanon is I just ignore.
who's it?
fucking
Beast
Crisis
Boy.
at this
Beast
point.
Boy was originally on Doom Patrol, or came from the Doom Patrol crew.
which is when Titans got good finally. Well,
Ish.
watchable.
I love Doom Patrol. That's the show that knows what
Patrol's
it's
good
doing.
shit.
It's like the
That's good
Legends for their app.
Or Swamp Thing. Like, how'd you fucking cancel Swamp Thing? I saw
I
one.
think they're
episode,
gonna
it was
bring
fucking
it back
shit.
if it does really good for the CW.
Well, the rumor was is CW's gonna pick it up, and if they take it to CW, it's gonna suck.
Oh, they can't. No, it's got to be on
It has to stay
DCU
on
or
app.
Max.
So
Yeah.
I heard the reason why was because their set for Swamp Thing was costing them millions of dollars to.
Oh, I buy it.
Yeah.
Because it looked fucking great.
Because they built the whole swamp and everything within a soundstage.
Yeah.
And they were just like, we're keeping it there, and then they were like, yeah, no, we gotta get rid of this, you know.
Well, there was also that they were supposed to be reimbursed from the state of South Carolina, and
Yeah.
somebody didn't file the paperwork properly.
See, that's sad.
That person will never work in the fucking industry after that. Fucking hell. That's a huge fuck
Yeah.
up. Like, that's not even like a, oh, whoops. That's like, you fucked that
up.
up real good.
A lot of people's lives too, bro.
Is Stargirl still like into the 50-minute range for you on the DCU app?
No. I think the longest one after, like, the second episode's been, like, maybe 43 or
Yeah,
something
I
like
noticed that too.
I think they went through and cut them to match the CW's version.
I don't think so. I
No?
still don't think
I
so.
hope
I'm
not.
seeing certain scenes and stuff that other people haven't noticed, and like,
Okay.
it's the same thing. It reminds me of Mandalorian.
Right.
I feel like they needed something for the app. After Crisis, they needed something to come out, and
Well, not
I-
only that is all their shows ended early right now on the CW.
Exactly.
That's why.
so you wanted them up, and I just Stargirl is good for the most part, but I feel like I might be jaded just because everything else has been so shit lately. But I think it's doing well, but man, there's a lot of fuckery in almost every episode that I'm giving you passes because I like the pieces that you're putting in place.
I want to see what happens.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and I feel like I'm afraid there's going to be an episode, because it was the same thing with Mandalorian. I gave it a lot of leeway until the 4th episode, and then I go, this fucking show's stupid.
Yeah.
And I'm afraid
There is
there's
a-
gonna be an episode in Stargirl that's gonna do that to me, and I don't want it to happen because I like it so
Right.
far for the most part.
We'll see.
But I'm also
We'll see, 'cause
I'm also a fucking crybaby.
They're
so
like
whatever.
halfway through now with the season, so things
That
are
makes
either
me
going to
sad.
get better or they're going to get worse.
But I mean, think about it though. I mean, if they're doing well and people like it, which it feels like everybody's fucking watching this show over a lot of the other CW shows right now, and
well, there's nothing really else left to watch. So
well, luckily Batwoman is so bad that this probably helps. They'll get a season 2. They'll get a season 2, and I hope they stay with the 13 episode stuff because I feel like
Yeah.
that really helps the production value, which I think this show at least has. I've never had a problem with the production value of this.
the production
I thought
value
it's
is
been pretty
great, and the shooting style is great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just hope that they stick with the DCU and then use it as a selling point on the CW and not just make it a CW show.
Right.
Yeah, I agree. And I guess all the way back to your point with the Diggle thing, I've told people, I would like hints of Green Lantern. I don't want to see Green Lantern this season. I really don't. We're already
Oh no,
bogged
no,
down
no!
by
I'm not
stuff.
talking about this season. I'm talking later down.
Yeah,
you know.
and to see Diggle pop in
See
would be
Diggle?
neat. The see him pop in would be cool, but at the same time, I'm just kind of like, I think one of the strongest points is I'm not thinking about all the other
Right.
shows right now with Stargirl.
Well,
I
not
wanna
only
think
that,
about just their
to
show.
even get him in there, they would have to reference somewhere in the other shows that they can get to other worlds.
Yeah, and it would just be
Period.
corny. It would just be corny and lame. I would rather they just find a different Green Lantern and let that be the person. Maybe one that's really old
Right.
that has to eventually drop the mantle down to someone else.
Right.
At least that way, when he tells us about the lore of Oa and all that shit, like it feels more like full of wisdom.
Right,
and
right.
like,
Warranted
and
or
I can take
something.
it more seriously.
Yeah.
Because if I have Diggle, all I'm gonna be thinking is like, motherfucker, you've been a Green Lantern for like a year. Like, stop. Like, you don't know shit. But give me like a like a Sinestro-esque character who hasn't turned bad yet.
Right.
And have him talk about it glowingly, and then maybe he becomes a villain. Could you imagine them having to fight like a Red Lantern for like season 3? That'd be dope.
That's that's actually the fuck it. What's it? The guy who can read thoughts and move stuff with his mind.
Brainwave.
Yeah.
Brainwave. I'm real curious about his son because I know quite a bit about him in the comics, so I'm curious to see how much of that will get integrated in the show.
I'm enjoying his story arc too.
Yeah.
I actually pseudo sympathize with that character because everybody still took that fucking Yolanda episode as he was the one that spread the picture around. I'm like, I think he showed it to his 2 buddies, and the shitty girlfriend was the one that
Yeah.
like you watched her do it. So I'm like, that guy's getting a lot of unmitigated hate, even though he's kind of a dick, but it pisses me the fuck off. I don't know.
The girl is an evil person.
Yeah, she's a piece of shit.
Let's just say that she's related to one of the villains.
She's a big old C word.
So,
I'm just saying, like, I like his storyline. I've enjoyed him because you could tell he's the bully who gets bullied at home.
Yeah.
Stereotype, and you're seeing powers manifest, and he's got shit going on. I like these characters that have multiple dimensions to them because
I just like the whole tone of the entire show.
They're just doing
like
better.
It's not.
It feels like first Arrow shit. Like it feels like the first season of Arrow again. Not as good, but I still like it.
It feels like it's not trying to be a superhero show until they're actually in their costumes.
I could maybe give you that. I think the character development is better, even though they rush a lot of shit. The thing is it's stereotypical garbage, but right now, stereotypical garbage that is at least being thoughtful for the most part.
Can I tell you something? As soon as, like, when they're not doing the superhero part of the show, because they do a great juxtaposition with it sometimes. Sometimes it's kind of like, what the fuck?
Like the fucking toaster! Sorry.
But, like...
They didn't even bring it up in the next episode.
No, they didn't.
I fucking hate it.
Sometimes I just feel like the non-superhero part of the show is it's shot kind of like a Gilmore Girls episode or some bullshit like that.
I feel you. Yeah.
So... I'm always like confused. I'm like, what type of show is this?
Also, why would you eat the chocolate coin? You're a dipshit. You deserve to die. Also, a complaint I had with episode 4, they rectified in the 5th one, which thank you. The Fiddler, which fucking I'll never get over that fucking stupid villain name. When the lady came from behind the bus and started playing the violin, they gave her a song that actually looked like she knew how to fucking play the goddamn thing.
Right.
So it didn't look as fucking stupid, and it was like edited better.
Yeah.
God damn, her playing in the hospital room in episode 4 is so fucking titanically dumb. I cannot get over how poorly constructed that scene is. And then, Colonel Sanders killing him with the chocolate. I laughed.
That's what I've been calling him too. I can't remember.
He is. And people fucking are giving me shit about it. I'm like, he looks like fucking Colonel Sanders. And literally the talking point that he shuts down Amy Smart's character on, it's about restaurants.
Right.
Fuck out of here, film. You know what you were doing. Fuck out of here. And I don't like the lack of icicle shit, because all of a sudden he was like a main plot point and he kind of disappeared for like an episode and a half, which is weird. And then I'm really curious about the janitor.
Yes.
I'm very curious about that because on Equilibrium, Terrence knows a bunch of shit, so I think he knows the character.
Right.
But
I have a suspicion.
I think he's alluding to something that I was talking about a while back, where I think this town's supposed to be like a Children of the Corn setup type thing. Because he goes, "There's dragons in the water,"
right.
And I'm like, "All right, Guinness drinker, calm down." That was racist. I'm really sorry.
I really hope,
like
though, because there's some character stuff that I feel is going to happen. Maybe not this season, next season, maybe, that they're starting to amp up into. That I hope that Terrence doesn't ruin it for you by like saying something.
Yeah.
Because I'm like, that could really, if they do it properly, it could really be a cool like reveal later down
Yeah.
the road or some bullshit like that. So there's a lot of them. Like, I mean, I don't know all of them, but I've been seeing some hints here and there. I'm like, okay, cool.
I'm assuming like, because they talk about the restaurants and they talk about, because the show has done a good enough job with setups and payoffs.
Yeah.
That I actually am listening to dialogue because I actually trust that they're setting something up. Which, I mean, fucking good on you, show. Which it's been a while since fucking good writing like that has happened.
For DC.
When he talks about the dragons in the water, I'm like, oh, people probably been drinking something or eating something.
Yeah.
And they're going to turn it on at the end and they're going to have to, like, because I was like, my idea was they're going to have to fight the villains and the villains are going to use the city, like the citizens, as like a meat shield to protect them. Like, they're going to have to fight people because they're like droned out and
Like zombified.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And
which I think if the stuff was in the water right now, it would be easy for the goggles to tell you, hey, there's a chemical substance.
exactly.
In
And
there, so.
see, and that's my problem with the goggles. So okay. So first, I want to get off. I want to get off the janitor.
Get off on the janitor.
Well, when did you first notice him? Because I was.
The first episode.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Because they tried to make him creepy.
Yeah.
And I go, oh, why's the ginger got to be the janitor? What is this? The fucking Simpsons? What are we in Springfield?
I even said to my wife, I'm like, he's gonna be important later.
Oh yeah. Oh, absolutely. The like, again, the show is really good. They don't waste time. That's something I like, is that they don't waste time. They do dumb shit.
Except for 1 hour.
But they're not wasting time. What do you mean? Oh, what?
Hour
You
man.
confused me.
Oh,
They're gonna waste him. Watch. Actually, he does get wasted.
I hate you.
I don't fucking
Shut
know.
up. Also, I'm pissed off about that too.
Also.
He picked up when he was super strong. Picking up the kegs would have been fine. You didn't need to crush the keg. You're not getting the deposit back, you fucking prick. That was me.
Did
just
he
bitching
threaten
for
to
real.
kill some kids though before he took
Yeah.
them? So fuck, he doesn't care.
He's kind of a piece of shit.
He's not a good
He
hero.
was gonna break his arm, I think is what he said. He said break his arm. He wasn't gonna kill him.
No,
And it's
he
because
said
they weren't
something
gonna give
about
him his money.
fucking neck or something.
No, he said he'd break his arm.
so
I don't know.
Yeah,
So
he
what's
said
up?
I'll break your arms.
Fucking psycho.
what's
But-
up with the goggles?
Fuck the fucking stupid goggles. God damn it. They are going to become the biggest Deus Ex Machina bullshit exposition dump nonsense. I can't stand it.
Are you
because
kidding? They did what Marvel's gonna do with Tony Stark, man.
you fucking eat a butt. No, I had this fight about it is not the same thing as Friday. It's not the same. Literally, okay, so all right, let me bring it up because I'm gonna hold this argument because I want to see what you guys think.
Okay.
I think the goggles are overpowered and they're stupid and make no sense.
Okay.
How do you guys feel?
I feel like they should have revealed whether or not that girl is the daughter of Starman when they brought it up in the bedroom.
Oh, jeez, I didn't even
Yeah.
think about that.
Yeah, because it
It's the
tells
one
you.
thing that she's like super sure about. They would have brought it up. Oh man, Tivis.
Now you got something
Sorry.
to take up on them on Sunday.
Holy shit!
Because it knew the
Because
one
they did
kid-
that with Iron Man or Iron Man, fucking Hour Man, and
Yeah, that's how they got his
Fuck
real
me,
birth certificate
dude.
and all that bullshit.
they knew what she ate for breakfast, and you don't know. Fuck me,
Yeah,
Tivis. You ruined the show. You ruined the show.
Sorry.
Oh man, I'm not kidding you. I'm not kidding you. I never once thought about that. You just blew that shit. That episode is horseshit right now. Oh god. Oh god, I hope 6 is better. Oh no. Oh no. Cause now every time the goggles are put on, I'm gonna go horseshit. Horseshit. Oh God, Tivis, what have you done? You are a genius. No, seriously, that is fucking wild. My mind is blown right now. You guys
But
gotta
now-
talk, because I'm
now-
like, I'm.
However,
Oh my god.
at that same point though, because she says she's Stargirl's daughter, maybe the one girl isn't giving a two shits to even look at her like that.
Oh, here comes the bullshit. Nope. Doesn't work
You
that way.
never know. You don't
You can't
know.
have it both ways. Can't have both ways. I'm sorry. That's fucked.
That's true. I didn't notice.
Oh.
Did it only talk about the kids' parents, the other Our Man's parents, when the girl wearing them brought
Right.
it up?
Because at
No,
the same time,
he
then
just said all
shouldn't
kinds
the-
of stuff.
Oh.
He brought up. Try again, Mike. You
Well,
robot.
at the
you
same-
tismed.
Sorry. At the same time, shouldn't the goggles then even tell you who Sportsmaster and the villain are too?
Yep.
Yep.
Yep. That's it. I told you those goggles are fucking breaking the universe, goofy shit. And you guys just came up with even better reasons than I did. Mine was just, how the fuck is it getting all this information?
Is there a conscience in it, or is it like they're not
They're
a
trying to
computer?
say so, but it's just an AI.
Yeah,
That's all it
It's
is.
an AI.
So it
Okay.
shouldn't have any information.
But it's a wizard
past
AI or some
what-
bullshit, right?
Well, apparently it's fucking Ultron, and it just downloads everything. Because you can't fucking tell me that it's not getting new information, or it has to be near Wi-Fi or some shit. One, Wi-Fi didn't exist when the goggles get made. Two,
You don't know that.
Yes, I do.
It's alternate Earth.
two-
You don't know that.
Two, I fucking hate you. Two, the updating so fast that it knew what she had for breakfast, and that's because they wrote it for a joke, which again, I
Yeah.
tell people, stop doing that. They fucked themselves. It makes no fucking sense. And their argument for the argument I got for a comparison why I think this worked better, Friday and Jarvis are better than this shit. They told me I was wrong because in Civil War, Friday was able to calculate and observe Captain America's fight patterns.
Uh-huh.
And then they have that moment where it's like, all right, let's kick his ass. And then boom, boom, boom. And
Yeah.
then Iron Man wins. I go, Iron Man was getting the shit kicked out of him for like a full fucking minute. Yes, a fighting style has a fighting style. It's why it's called a fighting style. Combos are a thing.
Yeah.
A computer can absolutely do that. And don't tell me when you have a villain like Sportsmaster or Taskmaster master in fucking Marvel who can do it with their brain, do not tell me an AI can't do that.
Yeah.
Fuck right off. So
However,
then we get to the goggles. The goggles are OP and they're stupid.
yeah. But
They should have
at
just
least for
made
the-
them smart.
at least for the
That's all it should've
fighting pattern shit in Stargirl, she doesn't fucking fight anyways. All she's there for is to be the tech nerd. She's literally just the techie nerd.
Which I was like, oh, I like the fact that Beth has the goggles because
Right.
it does help in a meta way. It helps that we don't have to cut to the goggles shit talking all the time, like Jarvis style.
Yeah.
She's known to be an over talker, and she's really good with fast delivery of dialogue. That actress is
And it
awesome.
cuts down on the
Yeah.
CG that they got to use for the computer anyway.
Yeah, exactly.
They don't
So
need
boom,
a
boom,
big
boom.
old arrow base for her to
Exactly,
be
and
in
she
or
can,
anything like that.
and she delivers exposition pretty quick, which is nice.
However,
but I think it's a crutch.
However,
So that's a
putting
problem.
her in the field to fight and
Is
stuff
dangerous
is
and
dangerous because she has no powers. The thing can tell her to move, but she ain't fast enough to move like that. Like, give those fucking goggles to Stargirl or any of the other team members.
Give
and
it
just
to
let them
Iron
go.
or fucking. I'm gonna keep calling Iron Man. Give it to Our Man when he's got the hour of fucking
guess-
super strength.
The true
Yeah.
test will be when she gets near that owl.
I guess. And
Yeah.
it pecks her fucking stupid eyes out. No, she'll have goggles on. It'll be fine. I think the goggles are the worst introduction to the show because I think they handled it really poorly.
I think they would have been better off not having the kids learn about his heritage, having Pat know, and them just know that the hourglass is reacting to him for some reason.
Which again,
Yeah.
why would you even bother with all the Mustang shit if you were just gonna do that with the goggles? It was fucking stupid. I could not handle that. It hurt my soul.
Because
But
they wanted to
luckily-
show you that Pat actually knows shit. Like,
But that's what I'm saying. That's why the Pat stuff is the only
Yeah.
shit that is like 100 right
But
now.
they
Anything
needed,
with Pat is solid.
They
Except the first 2
needed
episodes.
to
'cause he's an
have they
idiot.
need to have the older male be outsmarted by these 3 teenage girls.
I would argue he's not even being outsmarted. He's not even in the fucking scenes half the
Right.
time.
I'd say the goggles outsmarted him. But
Right? Yeah.
The fucking goggles, dude. I can't with the fucking
Well, not
goggles.
even because she put 2 and 2 together because the hourglass started glowing by the kid anyways. Had nothing to do with the fucking car.
Yeah, the
originally.
fucking but then it didn't glow the second time. So she could have just been crazy. This was a
Right.
confirmation. This was a confirmation moment, which
Yeah.
again, I like Pat. Pat's storyline is nailing it. They're killing it there, and then every time we go to the heroes, I'm just constantly rolling my eyes every 5 minutes.
Just
I can't
imagine the
fucking stand
different
it.
actor though as Pat. I don't think it would come off the same because he just has that look to him to where he can always just look
Midwest.
sad.
He's Midwesty.
He's
nice
like
guy.
always looks like
He's
he's
Paul
in
Rudd.
distress.
He's a cheap. I told people he's a cheap Paul Rudd. That's what I think. I think he's a discount.
He
Paul
still
Rudd.
hasn't aged.
Uh,
Neither of them.
I'm gonna have to take off a bit
Yeah, man,
earlier than
let's-
you guys, unfortunately.
no.
But before I go,
I think we're good.
Agents of Shield
Yeah.
Ah.
is
I-
a
Uh-oh.
fan like fair,
All right.
but I'm
So you're like maybe a
All right,
little
what
too
was that?
pandering and goofy, but still worth the
Okay.
worth the ride.
Oh yeah, how have you guys started it at all?
Oh God, no.
I watched
have
the
so many other
first
things.
episode and that's it. I haven't kept up with it. I need to go back and start watching.
Honestly, with the time shit, I'm like, I still need to finish Legends. I don't know if I can. I don't know if
you
I
do
can
need
do
to
more
finish
time.
Legends. Legends is really good. It ended okay.
I just don't know if I can take more timeline fuckery right now.
Right.
Things with timelines are just bad. They're never written very well unless they just go off the rails and just go, fuck it, we're just making our own show. Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. is not that show. They will try and tie everything in, and it's going to be hard.
They
to see them.
haven't. They completely went off the rails from all the MCU shit.
Oh no, I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about
Okay.
their own show.
Oh yeah. Okay.
Because don't forget, we've already done time shit with Fitz. So
We did the whole. They went into the future for a whole season. What are you talking about?
there's going to be some fuckery. So my brain isn't ready. I
Right.
need to finish Legends and just have a gay old time. And then,
Do you guys mind if I say something about the not the most recent because I
Go
haven't
nuts.
watched it, but the episode 3?
go nuts?
Okay. Just don't ruin it.
You
for
sure?
Me.
I'm good.
What's that?
Don't ruin it for me.
Oh well,
Is it
Never
gonna
mind.
ruin anything? Is it gonna ruin the main subplot or anything?
no, it'll ruin a big surprise.
It'll be fine. You'll
fine.
probably forget
don't-
about it anyway.
Don't tell me then. I can
All right,
wait.
I won't then. I won't. I'm just-
Boo.
It's
You can
too
text it
good.
to me, Tivis. slide in my DMs, boy.
All right, you guys heard that then. Tivis will slide into John
My DMs.
with his big
Calm
DM.
down. Calm down. The nasty stuff comes later.
All right, so we're at about 2 hours. Tivis, we're gonna end with you. I will go with my quote for the day. For Joel Schumacher, I am going to quote Batman, and because it makes sense in this climate right now, Batman / Bruce Wayne from Batman Forever. We all wear masks.
That's it. Because of COVID, right?
Sure.
You didn't wear that right. Hey, guys, I got a question for you though before we go. What killed the dinosaurs? The Ice Age. Later, nerds.
Pieces.
You just finished another great episode of Operation Babble. You can catch every episode of Operation Babble on all your audio streaming services, including SoundCloud, iTunes, Spotify, Stitcher, Radio Public, and more. Don't forget to like us on Facebook at facebook.com/Operation Babble. And join the conversation today by searching for the Operation Babble group on Facebook. Links also in the description. Don't forget to find Myke on all social platforms, including YouTube, by searching Myke Shrews, MYKESHREWS. You can find John on Instagram and YouTube via Bald Man Bad. Thanks and have a great day.